Good morning, everyone. Hello, my name is Jenny, and I'm with Wonder Spark Puppets, of course. And today we're going to be making these plate spinner puppets. And it's a rod puppet, yeah. It has this great wiggly action here. So for this, you will need a couple different things. You'll need to print out our template. It's in the comments below. You'll need some cardboard or maybe a snack box. I'm going to be using this snack box. I love chipboard. It's great. And you'll need a pencil to trace, some colored paper or yarn, or maybe some scrap fabric for the hair, if you like to use that. Scissors, white glue, some really strong tape like masking tape. You'll need string that's small enough to fit through your 2 bendy straws that you'll be using, as well as a pencil or a stick or, something that you can use as a rod, like this. Great. And of course, a hole punch. If you don't have a hole punch, you can just use a sharp pencil and use some brute force. And totally optional, but very helpful, is some hot glue to glue some things on. It's a little bit better than the white glue, but you can definitely use the white glue for a lot of this, or some tape. And beads are totally optional too. I'm gonna be using those. And paint, if you rather paint instead of use some markers. All right, let's get started. So the first thing we need to do is we need to print out our template, which I just did. So I have our template here. And we're gonna cut that out. So this template has a body and just one arm, because we're going to be tracing that arm twice. Just cutting along. And I hope everyone was able to tune in yesterday at 11 a.m. for the Case of the Missing Circus Puppy. It's really fun, right? That show will be up on our page and our YouTube page for the next week. So there's still time to check it out if you haven't seen it yet. Okay. So, almost had the body cut out. So we have our body. And now we need to cut out just the one arm. Like this. Great. So now we need our cardboard. And I'm going to be using this snack box here because I love chipboard. This is like kind of a chipboard thing. It's a little bit, it's not as thick as, just regular cardboard like a box or something. And it's a little bit easier for me to use. Okay. And cut as well. So we're going to take our template and just put it on our box and trace with our pencil. So yeah, just tracing around. So we have our body traced on, and now we need to trace 2 of these. So we're gonna do 1, and 2. So I have them traced out here. Next thing I'm gonna do before I cut them out is I'm going to make 2 circles for the plates. Now, we can use any sort of circle that you have lying around, like a small circle object that you can use to trace for this. I have a couple of candles over here, so I'm just gonna trace one of these. Maybe not that big actually. This one's better. I have this cap here. So we're gonna trace 2 circles for our plates. These ones are going to be a little bit bigger than my other puppet. So I have 2 circles and my body and 2 arms. or you can just draw the circle if you want to without tracing. Okay, so now we're gonna cut these out. And if you're using a snack box, and you'll see this later, if you don't want to see the other side and what the snack is, we have a Cheez-Its box here, you might want to actually trace out 4 of these arms and put them together so that way you just see the cardboard and not, you know, what the snack is or the cereal box is. I'm just going to keep it like this. I hope everyone's having a really good Saturday morning. It's kind of rainy out, but I do like the rain. I live right next to a park, and so it's been really nice to see all the trees getting so green because of all the rain. It's lovely. Okay. Almost done. So we have one arm, then the other arm. Gonna move some of my scraps to the side. And now we're gonna cut out our 2 plates. And again, for the plates, just like the arms, if you're using a snack box and don't want to see the underside, you can cut out 4 of these. But maybe you want to see what the snack is, who knows? Actually, it'd be good to show you both ways. So I'm gonna actually trace 2 more to show you what I mean. Okay. Just add 2 more here. One and 2. Okay. Excellent. Okay, so now we're going to focus on our body here. We're going to take our hole punch, or you can take your really sharp pencil, and I'm going to show you where exactly we're going to punch some holes. We're gonna do it right near on the legs, right about here. See those 2 dots? So I'm just gonna hole punch there, or you can use a sharp pencil and use some brute force and get some holes. Okay, so 1 and 2. This is where our bendy straws are gonna go through later. So we have that ready. And now we're gonna put these together. Like this, they match up pretty well. I can trim if I need to later. And I'm gonna go through to the middle as much as possible. Actually, let's use some brute force. Okay. Aha, see? Brute force, you can get it through. Okay. And now I'm just going to make a small dot by going through this hole here on top of this one, so that way our holes can match up. And we're gonna do another one. Whew. All right, we have 2. Now we can put those together. And the same thing for this. Ready? 1, 2, 3. This Cheez-Its box is much stronger than I thought it would be. Okay. Almost there. Aha! Got it. And then we're going to just trace in that hole so we can match up on this side. Okay. Aha! Sometimes you just have to get a lot of brute force in there. Woo! Okay, we did it. So proud. Now we're gonna glue these together. We can use our white glue or a little bit of hot glue. I'm gonna use a little bit of the hot glue. Right. Awesome. So we have our plates. We just want to make sure our holes are lining up. And I just want to go through it again with our pencil. Just like that. This is helpful for later when we put our string through. Now at this point, we can decorate our puppet. So we can either use markers or paint. This is a good time to do it before we put it all together. So I'm going to be using a pink and a green bendy straw today. And I'm going to just put them where I want to put them. And as you can see on this one, I decorated it so the bendy straws kind of are hidden. So I made stripes. So I made a blue stripe to kind of hide this one and a green stripe to kind of hide this one. You can choose to do that if you want to, or just decorate however you want. I'm gonna try to do my stripes again, but with markers this time. Great, I have a pink marker that matches up too. Now I can take these out. Now I'm just quickly gonna color this, but you can definitely take your time, get as super creative as you want. I think this pink is running a little low. I'm gonna use this pink. Aha. There we go. So we can do some stripes, maybe a little bow tie. All right. Some great stripes going on down here. Might outline it a little bit. Do some black on the bottom. Maybe a little bow tie up top. Do some eyes. Right, this is all I'm gonna do for now, so we can move on. But again, you can get as super creative as you want. This is a great cardboard to paint on, so you can definitely paint on this. Regular cardboard is great to paint on too. Awesome. Okay. Let me do a little bit of my arms as well. And you can even decorate the plates however you want. So I might do a little design. Doop, doop, doop. Awesome. Okay. So now we're going to put our arms to the side and our plates to the side. And we're going to focus on our bendy straws and some string. So we need 2 pieces of string that are pretty long, probably around this size, arm's length or so. Now you end up not needing this much, but I always like to start out with a little bit more than you need, just in case. Okay. Awesome. So now we're going to feed this through our bendy straw. Feed one through. It's good in there. no, it got stuck. Sometimes that happens. Maybe I'll try the other end. Not so bulky, okay. So yes, this is good to do when the bendy straw is really straight. Or else it's going to be very challenging to get the string through. Aha, we did it. So you have this string. Now the other side, the other one. Get this one through. This is great because I had so many bendy straws just around. I didn't want to use because, you know, I have a metal straw now that I like to use, better for the environment. So this is a great way to recycle. Okay, my other string is almost there. It's so close. Sometimes with twine, it's a little tricky. Okay. Almost there. Aha! Ta-da! Awesome. Okay, so we have our two bendy straws with a string in them now. And now I'm just gonna feed it through. So the bendy side is gonna go down on the legs. You see I have this bend here now. I'm using the bend of the bendy straw. That side down, and now the other side. Just like this. Now we're not gonna tape down anything quite yet. We're gonna put our plates on top. So if you're using a hole punch, you might notice that maybe you will need like a bead or to tie it off so that way the plate doesn't fall all the way down, because my hole of the hole punch was about the same size as my bendy straw. And that's why I chose to use a bead here so that way the plate stays right on top. But you can also just tie a knot. I'm just gonna use some beads for some decoration on this one because I use my pencil and the hole's not quite as big. So we're gonna do beaded one, and then we're just gonna bring it through our one plate here. Get that string through. Sometimes I find it's helpful to just use a pencil to get it through. Awesome. And now we're gonna tie on top to keep it in place. Now the knot doesn't have to quite match up to the very end quite yet because you do have some string on the bottom that you can just pull through. Okay, so we have that. I'm not gonna cut off this quite yet. Now let's do the other side. So we're gonna use my bead, little decoration also. Just festive. It's a festive bead. Okay. Make sure that's through. And then bring the string through this plate. Now you could just glue the plates right on top of the bendy straws instead of using some string. I found that through some prototypes that the string allows it to be a little bit more bouncy. Okay, now I'm gonna cut off these little tails at the top. 1, 2, And now I'm gonna bring through, pull the bottom strings, and we have our plates at the top just coming together. And now I'm going to tape down the string. But first I'm gonna cut it a little bit. I'm just gonna tape it down. So we wanna make sure that these straws are kind of straight. We're just bringing up this string and we're gonna tape it down with our really strong masking tape. And we're also gonna put some tape over top our two bendy straws at the back. I'll show you what I mean. Just 1 second. So like this. So great, we have this going on, looking good. We do need some arms for this, so they're not just flopping around all over the place. So we have our arms. You can take one arm and wrap it around. Chipboard is great for this because it bends really easily. Cardboard works just as well too. And we want to hold this straw in place. So I'm going to use some hot glue and glue it down, but first I'm going to do some tape at the back. So I just taped down my arm. You can use glue if you want. And now I'm just going to fold over like he's holding like this. And I'm going to put some glue right here. You're probably going to want to hold down a bit longer than 10 seconds, our usual 10 that we count. Just going to hold in place. And then we're going to do the same thing for the other side. Make sure you don't get glue on your straw. You don't want to make your straw, glued down in place. You do need it to bop a little bit. That's pretty good. Now we're going to do the other side. And I'm just going to use tape. It's quicker. Okay. Oop. Did the wrong way. Aha! Awesome. Almost there. Got stuck to some. There we go. All right. Now, just putting some glue and being careful not to put glue on my straw. And just hold that down again. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now the yarn and all the scrap fabric or color paper you can use to decorate your puppet some more. Maybe add some hair if you'd like. But I'm just gonna keep this like this. Make sure all my tape is secure. A little bit more tape. And now we can tape on our rod. And I'm just gonna be using a pencil for this. And I'm gonna put it between my two straws at the back. You can just tape that down. Had a little bit too much tape. Okay. Almost there. Awesome. We have our plate spinner. And he has really good movements. If you shake him really well. Yeah, there we go. Da 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 da! This is all also fun to film on your slow-mo mode on your iPhone because it looks really cool. And there's our plate spinner. Thanks everyone so much for joining in today on this DIY puppet making. We do workshops every day. We have another one tomorrow at 10 a.m. and we do ones on Monday through Friday at 4 p.m. So check that out. We also are streaming puppet shows every Friday at 11 a.m. And as I mentioned before, our show, The Case of the Missing Circus Puppy that we performed yesterday, will be up on our site, on our YouTube and Facebook pages for the next week. We also offer puppet telegrams, puppet live chats, as well as private live stream shows. We have some membership perks that you can check out as well. And all of this is on our website at wondersparkpuppets.com. Thank you again for tuning in. Please like and share this with your friends. And we would love to see your creations by hashtagging WonderSparkPuppets or just tagging us in all your wonderful photos that you've been sharing with us. Thanks again so much. Again, my name is Jenny, and have a wonderful Saturday. Bye.